Peggy 18.
All right, lads. I'll give you Blackbeard's honest opinion. You ask me, can this new captain promise you a life of prizes, plunder, and adventure? Aye.
Well, let's start off easy. Why pirates?
Well, when we were working on Assassin's Creed 3, and we discovered, and we were doing the research into that, it was clear that naval battles were a key component of that conflict. And so when we started seeing the prototypes coming through for Assassin's Creed 3, and we decided to obviously include it in that game, it was clear that we were onto something very, very special. And it was around the time when we were deciding where to set the next game. So we had the ingredients of fantastic naval battles, an awesome new engine in Anvil Next, and we wanted to make sure that we had a good tie-in story-wise with the Connor story. So Edward Kenway, the hero of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, is in fact the grandfather of Connor Kenway. So all of these ingredients, plus the fact that the golden age of piracy is something that's never been really represented in an HD open world action adventure game before, it was the perfect storm, if you like, to use a naval term, for creating a game in this wonderful, ruthless, exciting era.
Most Assassin's Creed, they have one city, is a big city. This time you do it differently with many locations, 3 big cities. Did you doubt doing it like that, or was it always from the beginning of it, like he's on the sea, so many locations?
Yes, absolutely. It was key to us to look at the sea as the hub and the access point to reach many, many different locations, 50 different locations, 3 big cities. And yeah, it seemed like the natural way to do it. You know, the Caribbean is a rich, varied theatre for adventure, and that's what we wanted to convey in the game. And so that's why we have this huge sense of exploration and diversity in this Caribbean world that we've created.
How did you tie in with the Assassins versus Templars? Because the other stories, they had more like one side and another side, so it was easy to have Assassins and Templars, but this time maybe it's not that easy? Or?
Well, you know, as you say, the Assassins and Templars conflict has been ever present through all the previous Assassin's Creed games, and it's present here as well. What's different this time is that our hero is not an assassin out of duty or out of revenge. He actually stumbles into this conflict between Assassins and Templars almost by accident at the start of the story. So what's very interesting is this collision of 2 different ideologies and influences on the hero Edward's life. You have his pirate friends and colleagues who are all about getting rich, infamous, and living that pirate life. And then of course you have the assassin influence on Edward, and it's very, very interesting though, that sort of combination, that yin and yang influence on Edward's life as we develop his character through the story.
Am I right when I say that for his character you took parts of, like, well, the first feeling I got was that he's part Ezio and part Connor, as in the charmer and the more serious guy?
Edward Kenway is Edward Kenway. He's a new hero in a new setting. Certainly we've had different personalities with our previous heroes, and that's great. I think it's important to have a different personality with our hero in these different games, in these different settings. But Edward is very much his own man and very, very much unique. Certainly there is elements of Ezio there with his love of ladies' company and other assassins that we featured as well, given his very brutal fighting style. But yes, he's very much his own character.
Talking about the fighting style, I guess the gameplay changes a lot. Well, we have naval battles, of course, but the gameplay of Edward and his fighting, how is that different from other assassins?
So, in regards to his combat style, yeah, Edward's fighting style is different to what we've seen before. So he's a pirate first and foremost, so he is willing to use anything in his arsenal, in his style, to win the fight. He will fight dirty. He's much more of a pub fighter than a fluid, smooth assassin. So he'll obviously incorporate more of those moves and the more time that he spends with the assassin. But if you look at the environment in which he's often fighting on a confined space, such as a ship deck. So his fighting style is suited very much for fighting in that confined area. As well, because of the distance between ships, he has a very fluid, ranged fighting system and can switch between short-range melee weapons, such as his cutlasses and his pistols, very seamlessly. Seamless is a big word for this.
In Assassin's Creed 3, Connor sometimes used the environment when fighting. Will Edward also be using the environment, as you say, in confined spaces and fighting more dirty? That's something.
Yes, I mean we absolutely want to utilise the space around him and objects in that world. We'll reveal more of that as the game develops and as we reach other moments to communicate. But suffice to say that Edward will fight like a pirate, and if you think what a pirate would do, if you back him into a corner, he'll do anything to get out of it, and Edward is no different.
Well, the naval battles will be very important in this one. Did you see the naval battles in Assassin's Creed 3 as a prototype or as a first test for this game, or?
Well, the naval battles in Assassin's Creed 3 were excellent. I mean, they've been very well received by reviewers and the public alike. But we always want to push the brand forward, the game forward, and so yes, for Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, it's our starting point, and a very, very strong, solid starting point on which to build and take it to a whole new level.
I guess you guys were also very happy that they were received well, because if people didn't like the naval battles, well, you were making a pirate game.
Yeah, if people didn't like the naval battles, and that would have been a tricky situation. But of course, you know, we're there in Montreal. We're following it. We're following it closely. We're watching it on a daily basis, and it was very clear, very early on in production, that the Assassin's Creed 3 team were onto something very, very special. So we had absolute confidence that the fans would love it. It's something new. It's something fresh, and we're taking that same approach through to Assassin's Creed 4 to bring something new and fresh and push things even to a higher new level.
Did you take a look at other pirate games? Because at the moment there isn't really one where you can say, wow, that's a really good one.
I think this is the big opportunity, and one of the reasons why we decided to, not just for the fantastic historical setting and the opportunities that provides, but the fact that there really, as you say, has not been a true HD open world action-adventure pirate game that's really set the world alight yet. And so Assassin's Creed, as a franchise, is perfectly placed to do that. We have the expertise. We have the naval expertise now, as we've discussed, but obviously to create a seamless, cohesive open world, we want to have city gameplay as well, and natural gameplay as well. So the team know how to do all of these things. So we're set up ideally placed to create something that is completely new and will be memorable for years to come, I'm sure.
So if it's fortune and adventure you seek, then Captain Edward Kenway's your man. Only, don't meddle in his private affairs, for there's more mystery to that man than even I dare ask.